So our next map is going to be Moonglavie, and just a reminder, right now, trutacz is up 2-1. Let's put that in the results. Wait. Oh. Wait a second, guys. There we go. So 1-2. Yeah, it's not 12. Alright, there we go. So it seems like we have trutacz at the bottom right location as the red Zerg, and at the top center location we have the dsaqwe as the yellow Protoss. Now it seems like the dsaqwe is going to go again for a faster expansion style. Now I have to say that this is kind of like the most common thing right now. Usually you don't see things like, you know, in base gateways with gas or double gateways, basically because Zergs have gotten a lot better at defending those strategies, so it's fairly uncommon to do different builds, although there are a few that are very efficient, like say 3 gateway Dragoon Reaver pushes, you know, things like these. But the problem is that they're actually easy to scout for the Zerg, which always makes it very difficult to pull off. Now we just see a block on the probe, and until see that trutacz is actually going to go out with this drone, although it seems to be scouting rather than trying to get an expansion, which is interesting. Now we do see the expansion going down now, and let's see if we do have some. Okay, so this time we do have some Zerglings, and it seems like a Nexus had to be cancelled because of taking a second cannon. And with the Zerglings coming up here, even if the Zerglings can't get in, they're gonna get some probes. And yeah, I think the dsaqwe just misjudged the timing in there. And even if the Zerglings actually don't get into the main, which I think some of them will, this has still killed way too many probes. Whoa. Actually, a drone and a Zergling get in, but it's 11 probes to 11 drones, so this actually has done some significant damage, especially because we do have 2 cannons, and so far no Nexus down. Now the Nexus can go down in a second, but if the Nexus goes down now, see, like, trutacz is even taking the gas. Oh, so the dsaqwe was actually asking if this was an overpull, and says trutacz says yes. So maybe it was the distance of the map that actually was a lot shorter, and because of that, yeah, the dsaqwe doesn't understand really how it's possible that it actually went that poorly for him in the cannon timing. And we just see also another base coming down for trutacz. Trutacz says that the cannon range was weird. I'm not really sure exactly how that was, but yeah, hatching the main is not really that useful if your opponent already has a forge, because the way you can do it is you just place a cannon somewhere where you might want to use it, or later just put it around the tech buildings. Now the Zergling is still alive in the main base, like running around, which is kind of not the worst thing. The worst thing is the gas, because if you think about the fact that this gas cannot be taken, and the fact that this Nexus is still delayed because of all of this, the gas for the dsaqwe comes so late in this game, and he's not even like starting it like earlier to get it by the time that this is finished. We see a double gateway, like this is kind of like what Gem used to do. This is most likely because of the fact that the gas still forces him to do something like this. So it seems like the dsaqwe is going to be aggressive with a few gateways at the beginning of the game. Let's see if that can work for him. Now we see a good amount of Zerglings actually coming up. They don't have speed yet, so oh my god, the Overlord sees the Zealots coming out, and just as speed finishes, the Zerglings run in and go straight for the main. And that's actually a lot of Zerglings. That's 5 Zerglings alive. This is gonna do a lot of. I mean, the damage of the economically, I don't know how big it is going to be, but the time lost and everything else is actually going to be pretty big. Now we do some Zealots actually attacking the hatch at the third, but they're focusing on the hatchery instead of trying to kill drones or Zerglings, which is a really big problem. At the same time, the cannon seems to be gonna finish. Like, yeah, the cannon is actually gonna finish in the main, and these Zealots did kill some Zerglings, but the drones seem to be alive. So the Spire is about to finish, whereas the no Stargate, no core. Oh god. So we have about to hatch some mutas, I think, because we do see that there's a lot of gas, actually. So we could see some mutas coming up, and there's nothing except cannons to even defend against them. Like, the core is now... The core is starting by the time that the Spire is finished, so definitely this might be it. Like, these Zerglings in the main, they can still run in after some mutas fly in, snipe the cannon, and then win the game right there. So, okay, let's speed it slightly while we still wait for the mutas to come out. And we see some zealots now pushing out, so let's see if trutacz decides to go for the attack and just use the Zerglings as defense. It seems like that's going to be his choice. Now, we do see a double Stargate, but the problem is this double Stargate will not work if the economy is then dead. So we see some zealots going to push in here. They're going to do some damage, but at the same time, these mutas with the Zerglings, yeah, that's it. That's going to be it. I mean, now the Stargates can actually be camped and destroyed, and the dsaqwe is going to be, yeah, the dsaqwe just GG's. After seeing that, yeah, he just realized that's going to be too much. So trutacz is going to take well, actually, he already took it, but so he's going to win 3-1 against the dsaqwe in the TLC number 16. So guys, I'm sorry if I was a little bit hasty about this, but really my eyes are kind of like closing. So so thank you for all for staying with me for this old finals, and I guess I'll see you next time when I get the next time to cast. So have a good night, and